Hey guys, long time no see. Things have been really busy for me this summer. They've been going great, and I just haven't had time to post in a while, but I finally got some time, and I want to share some thoughts about something I've been thinking about recently, and it's how to make sure that you never reach any of your goals ever, because, everyone wants to know how to do that. And I have a story or an example I can use to illustrate this, okay? And it's something that a lot of us fall into. It's a pitfall, and I fall into it sometimes, and it's a big fallacy that we use a lot of times to convince ourselves that reaching something or achieving our goal is kind of outside of our grasp or outside of our control. So I had a friend in college. I went to college for about a year and a half before I opted out, and she really wanted to change her life. She wanted to be better. She wanted to be different. But she would always tell herself that she was waiting for something that would motivate her. She knew she needed something that would help motivate her to finally be like, you know what? I'm tired of the way I'm living my life, and I need to change it. And she'd always be waiting for that. Now, let's play out this scenario in our heads, okay? Let's say there's someone who wants to lose weight, and they're really obese. They want to lose a lot of weight, and they keep waiting for something that will come along that will just push them to change and start working out and lose weight. Now, how do you know what that thing is, right? When is that going to happen, right? So let's say this person, they go to the movie theaters and they go to sit down in a chair, but the chair is too small, and they're super embarrassed. But that doesn't do anything for them. They decide that they're just going to keep living their life. They just won't go to movie theaters anymore. And about a month later, they are at the doctor's office, and the doctor tells them that if they don't start losing weight, they're going to die. And that doesn't do anything. They still keep living their life. They don't want to change. And then let's say one day their daughter comes up to him and says, Dad, I want you to come play with me outside, but they're too tired and overweight to go do that. And at that moment, they decide, you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm going to turn my life around. And that next morning, they start running, they start working out, they start eating healthier, and it eventually leads to a chain of them becoming healthier and getting fit again. Now, what was it about the interaction with the little girl that made it different, right? Why are there some things in people's lives that cause them to change and other things that don't? Well, the thing is that there's no such thing as some sort of defining moment that's really going to make you change. If you're an artist and you're wanting to get better and you want to become successful at what you do and you want to work hard and practice and all of these things, and you're just waiting for something that will come along, right? Maybe something that you hate your job and you want to be a professional artist, but you're just waiting for something to really push you over the edge. Or you're waiting for your lucky break. Any of those things, right? You're waiting for all this stuff to happen to you, so that you can start doing this. It's never going to happen, because the thing that becomes your defining moment only becomes that once you've acted. So the thing that's different between the man who's overweight, why the little girl becomes his defining moment, is because his decision to choose to act on it. Any one of those circumstances could have been his defining moment if he chose to act. The action of making a decision based off of an event is what retroactively causes that to be a defining moment, right? Because if he would have just ignored his little girl wanting him to go out and play, it wouldn't have changed him, right? It wouldn't have been a defining moment. The reason it became a defining moment is because he decided to take action on it. So there's no such thing. There's no such thing as a defining moment. Anything can be a defining moment. Stubbing your toe can be a defining moment. Opening the door can be a defining moment. Waking up in the morning can be a defining moment. Anything can be a defining moment if you simply choose to start acting on it. And that's a pretty big principle, is this idea of choice. That you are going to take the effort yourself. You're not waiting for something to happen to you. You're just going to do it. You're sick of the way you're living your life, or you're ready to do something better. You're ready to reach your goals. You're tired of all the excuses you've been making, and you simply choose. The moment you do that is the moment that whatever happened before that retroactively becomes that defining moment, right? So if you're waiting for something like that, right? You're waiting for something at your work to tip you over the edge. You're waiting for something to inspire you. You're waiting for something big enough to come along that will motivate you to really reach that goal. You're going to be waiting forever. You simply have to take the initiative, Have strength, have faith, and take a step. And sometimes it's terrifying, right? It can be really scary, and there can be a lot of things that could go wrong. But if we ever start playing the what if game, right? A lot of times we play this game in our head, and people who doubt us or people who don't really want us to succeed because it points out their own inadequacies, they'll say things like, well, what if you quit your job and then art doesn't work out, right? What if you pursue art and you're just not good at it, right? What if you do all of these things, right, and have all these possible negative outcomes that could happen, and we say these things to ourselves. But you know what? That's just the what if game, right? If we're going to play the what if game, we also have to be fair and play the positive side of the what if game, right? What if we follow our dreams and it does work out and we work hard and is successful and we live the life we want to live instead of the life we're living now? What if we work so hard we become one of the best in the industry and get to work for our dream company? What if we get the job we want and make way more money than we are making now, right? If we're going to play the what if game, there's tons of what ifs on both sides. You can't use that as a reason to stop you from going after what you want to do, right? Because there's always going to be what ifs, okay? If we're waiting for the perfect time to pursue our goals or to take a step, we'll be waiting forever. And personally, when I decided to quit my job working at a credit card company that I hated, I was miserable at, and pursue my career as a concept artist and character designer and an art educator, I had nothing saved up. It arguably could have been like the worst time to take that. I had nothing saved up. I had no prospects. I had nothing planned out. I didn't know what was going to happen. I had no guarantee that it would be successful. But when I did do that, once I did quit, within a day and a half, I was contacted by animation studio who I had put a resume out to over a year ago, and they had finally reached out to me the day after. Now, if I hadn't decided to quit, if I had just decided that it wasn't the right time and I was still working at the credit card company when I got that call, it's very likely I would have turned them down and said, I already have a job, I don't have the time to do that, right? And I wouldn't have been mentally prepared to take that leap, right? But because I told myself, you know what, I'm taking it into my own hands. I don't care if it's the perfect time. I don't care about what everyone else is saying and all the doubts they give me. I know what I want to do with my life, and I know I have the power to achieve it. I'm just going to take the first step. And that's what you have to do if you want it. Nothing's just going to fall into your lap. I mean, maybe you might get lucky, but luck is only determined by whether or not you were prepared to receive that luck, right? For example, if that studio had called me, but I hadn't put in the hard work and effort to learn my craft and learn how to paint and learn how to do character design, it wouldn't matter because they wouldn't have given me the job, right? So while there is some element of luck, it's all about being prepared to receive that luck. So my point being is this. If you're waiting for something to come along that's going to push you to do better than you are, you're going to be waiting for the rest of your life because it will never happen until you decide to act. So don't wait. If you're watching this video and you're thinking, man, we all know that thing inside of our head, right? We can all think of something where we're like, I know what it is for me, right? I could be making that comic book I want to make. I could be working on that short film I want to make. I could be working on my original character. All of these things. I could be working on my anatomy skills. I could be working on my digital painting skills. And we know in the back of our head that there's something we really want to do and achieve, but we're kind of putting it off, and we have all of these excuses in our head of why we can't do it. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough resources. All these things, right? And we're just waiting for either something to motivate us or for the perfect moment. Stop it right now, right? Because future you, if you don't do those things, is going to look back and be really disappointed that you sabotaged yourself. But we don't want that. We want to look back and be grateful for our past self, that it helped us to get to where we are now. So we all know that thing in our head. We all know we're all thinking of something right now. Whatever that is, if you have, no, that's not even an excuse. If it's important to you, you'll make time. Today, do one thing to get closer to that goal. Right? And if not today, tomorrow morning, write it out tonight what you're going to start doing tomorrow to help you get to that goal. If it's anatomy, start practicing anatomy every day. If it's digital painting, start taking digital painting courses or tutorials. If it's losing weight, start eating healthier today, right? So anyways, I hope this was helpful for you guys and could maybe shed some light and some insight onto your own lives. Leave in the comments what you're going to do, right? What are you going to change? What are you going to start doing and create your own defining moment retroactively. So if you like this channel and you want to see more of it, we do tutorials, I do paint overs. Now that I'm back, we'll be getting back to this stuff more frequently. I plan to be posting 3 times a week. So yeah, let me know in the comments what kind of tutorials you'd like to see. And if you're new to this channel and you subscribe, you gain access to my free course on how to paint eyes, digitally paint eyes and draw them for subscribers only. So that's completely free to anyone who subscribes. Go check it out. It's on Udemy. It's really awesome, really short course, just specifically on how to paint eyes. Eyes are the window to the soul and one of the most important parts when it comes to painting a portrait or a creature or anything of that type. So go check it out. Really grateful for all your support, and I'm really excited to be back. Also, stay tuned. I have some courses that I'm working on that will be coming out this month and next month on ultimate perspective. We're talking like everything perspective, right? I'm not just talking about like building cubes and boxes and cylinders that you learned in high school. I'm talking like everything, high level professional quality perspective understanding for drawing environments, vehicles, buildings, spaceships, anything you can think of. How to understand and build those volumes in space, complex volumes like car bodies and airplanes and stuff like that that are accurately drawn in perspective, and how to do all of this by hand. So it's going to be awesome. And the other one I'm working on is light and color, which goes super into depth on everything you would need to know about painting light and color. It's a super complex topic that a lot of artists want to know about, but the information for it is scattered all over the place online. So I'm creating a course that's going to compile all of that and teach you everything you need to know about how to accurately observe and paint light and color to make your paintings look delicious. So once again, I'm super excited to be back, and I will see you guys in the next video. Subscribe. Bye.